Good morning, friends. Paul Green here with Comedians Commute. So, I had an interesting dream last night. Wish I was making this up. So, I'm hanging out with my family, and I learned that this girl I had a huge crush on, like 10 years ago. She married someone else, and so I learn in my dream that she had been divorced, which is not my dream. I don't go around dreaming that, previous interests of mine are divorced. And we never dated. Like, we were never a thing, or we maybe went out, I maybe got her on a date like once or twice. But anyway, so I find out she's divorced, and evidently my brother had spoken to her, and my brother, being familiar with my previous interest in her, let her know that I'm still single, and she still told my brother that she's not interested. So, in my dream, my brother's saying, hey, by the way, I saw so-and-so, she's single, but she still doesn't want to date you. So, even in my dreams, women are still not interested in me, which I must be a terrible dreamer. I can't even have women in fantasy land. This is horrible. How am I supposed to describe my dream girl? When people are like, hey, Paul, describe your dream girl. I'll be like, well, she turned me down once, married someone else, divorced that man, and is still not interested. Ah, that's my dream right there. So, anyway, that is literally what happened. And no, I don't think it's any sort of omen. As far as I know, she's still happily married. I think she's got 2 or 3 kids. I actually did run into her and her husband maybe about a year ago at the Mormon temple. I think it was maybe the Christmas lights or something. Anyway, they seem perfectly happy. But that was the dream that I had last night. So there you go. So I just found out that tomorrow I'm going to be interviewed on a local radio program here in Arizona. So I'm really excited about that. 99.1 Wow FM. So my comedy teacher, Tony Visick, he hosts a daily comedy radio show there, and talks about comedy and interviews guests and everything. And so he is going to be interviewing me for my big show on Friday, which I'm looking forward to. So that'll be exciting. I've never been on a radio show before. Although, when I was in, I think, high school, I did the thing where I called in and requested a song. I requested Play That Funky Music, White Boy, because, who doesn't want to hear that song? And I requested that song and called in, and the radio personality did that thing where he recorded my voice, and so before he played the song, he played the little voice clip of me actually requesting it, which, I sounded pretty dorky over the radio. I hope I don't sound like that on my YouTube YouTube channel here, but it was just me saying, Can you play That Funky Music, White Boy? And I just felt like I was a little too enthusiastic to hear Play That Funky Music, White Boy. Kind of made me feel like a dork. So that is probably not good confidence builder for my first lengthy radio interview opportunity, which I will be enjoying tomorrow morning on, 99.1 FM. I'll be interviewed at 8 a.m., those of you interested. So that's pretty exciting. I've been poring over my set for this Friday. I've been trying to write more pictorially. I've been trying to write in pictures. For example, one of my go-to jokes, I say something like, so I recently went out with a girl I met online, and I should have known better because everybody has a horror story about online dating. Now she does as well. So that's the joke, right? But there's no pictures there. I'm not painting a picture. I'm just kind of, again, talking intellectually. So I haven't messed with that joke, but my follow-up joke was, the first thing she said to me was, "Oh, you do look like your profile picture." And everybody always laughs at those jokes, but again, I'm not painting in pictures. And so I've been working on at least the second part. I'm going to try to create more of a picture. Instead of just saying the first thing she said to me was, "Oh, you do look like your profile picture," I'm going to try to paint a picture and say something like, she was sitting alone at the Starbucks, and when I went up and introduced myself, she looked at me and said, "Oh, you do look like your profile picture." See, that way, it's painting a picture. You can see the Starbucks. You can see her sitting there alone, obviously waiting for me to show up, kind of that blind date scenario. So that's at least how I understand trying to tell jokes by painting pictures as opposed to just saying words, which is a challenge of mine because, again, I don't really think pictorial. Like when I'm telling jokes, I don't actually see in my mind what I'm talking about. I'm just kind of saying jokes. So I'm going to be working out my whole set, getting it really refined, getting it nice, funny, and tight. And hopefully the set goes well. What I'm hoping is if that the set goes well, the girl of my dreams will be in the audience. I can go up to her and be like, "Hey, remember me? I was interested in you before you were married, and I can obviously see you're divorced now, and are you interested?" And she would say, "Actually, no, I'm not really interested still. I'm very flattered. But the same reasons I didn't want to date you before I got married are the same reasons I don't want to date you after I'm married. You really haven't changed in my mind. So, no, thank you." Do I sound bitter? I sound a little bitter, don't I? I'm not bitter. Life is good. It just doesn't work out sometimes. I just think it's really weird that would be what I had a dream about. I also had a dream that I was playing basketball with a buddy of mine. I used to play basketball like a couple times a week. Now I only play like a couple times a month because I don't have time with work now. But so I was playing basketball with him, and I tried to go up and dunk a basketball, and I couldn't do that. And then in my dream, we were in an outdoor court, which is weird because I never play outdoors. And I kept shooting threes, and I couldn't make a three. So I seem to not have a very healthy subconscious or whatever in my dreams, because it seems in my dreams I'm never really doing well. I'm not getting the girl. I can't shoot baskets well. I tried to dunk. I couldn't even dunk. And then later in my dream, I was in a bathroom, and there were like scorpions everywhere. Now I get scorpions at my house, and I try to kill them all the time. I go scorpion hunting. So I don't know if, again, subconsciously, my mind is like, the scorpions are out to get you. In my dream, I didn't get stung or anything. There was just like scorpions everywhere, and I was in the bathroom, and I was trying to look for some sort of weaponry. I didn't have shoes on in my dream. I really suck at dreaming. I don't know how to get better at that. I guess I need to have a more confident subconscious or something to where when I dream, amazing stuff is happening. But yeah, so those were my weird random dreams last night. I'm looking forward to the radio program tomorrow, where I will get interviewed. I think they're doing a 5-minute interview. So that'll be cool. It's, one step closer to stardom. You start out with a radio shot or interview, and then maybe you get a local TV interview, and then next thing you know, I'm brushing shoulders with Jimmy Fallon. It's the process. So we'll see how that goes. Although if I dream about it, I probably will never be famous and never actually get off the ground career-wise, because that seems to be how my dreaming works, is things are not going well for you. Which is ironic because Infusionsoft, who I work for, actually has a full-time dream manager, which is wicked cool. His name is Dan Rouse, and he's awesome. And it's his job to work with each of the employees at the company and helping them fulfill their dreams. Yeah, that's a thing. They hire him full-time to do that. And he's amazing. He's really talented. I've had several discussions with him. He's been very instrumental in helping me realize my actual dreams, not the dreams that I dream at night, because evidently those suck. But he's been working with me on helping me become a famous, well-known, loved, and adored comedian, entertainer in the world. So we've been working on a lot of cool things. He talks a lot about how in life sometimes we create kind of this circle of comfort in our life, kind of our default, and this is just where we're comfortable. Even if it's not that good, we get comfortable there, and it's a struggle for us to try to break out of that and try to accomplish more, especially if we have really lofty dreams. It's really impossible to envision how we're going to accomplish that dream because they're so far off. And so his big thing is taking that default, that kind of that comfort zone, and doing one little thing bit by bit to expand that comfort zone. And each time you expand it, that comfort zone gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And there's going to come a time when that dream that seemed like way out here, which was so far away because you were here, once you expand here and you keep expanding, then all of a sudden that dream is actually within your comfort zone. And that's been very helpful for me to just think about that, and I've taken some action steps. This YouTube video blog is part of that process that I've been going through in terms of doing what I can to expand my comfort zone. It actually was not comfortable for me to do this, and right before I did it, I had to be like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a daily YouTube video and put myself out there for anyone to ridicule. But I'm going to do that because it's outside of my comfort zone. It's outside of my default. And it's expanding this a little bit and helping me become a little bit closer to my big dream, which involves a couple of things. I definitely want to get a special on Netflix. That's one of my dreams, is to have a comedy special, because there's lots of comedians who have like their 1 hour comedy special. Mike Birbiglia has probably my favorite Netflix comedy special that I'm aware of right now. It's called My Best Friend's Girlfriend. And I saw that comedy special a couple months ago and fell in love with it. I've watched it probably 5 or 6 times. I kind of study it. He really embodies the type of comedy performance that I hope to be able to deliver someday as I continue to work at it. But I'm not ready for a Netflix special, but what I am ready to do is a daily video YouTube blog, which is just one little step closer, just getting closer and closer and closer. And speaking of getting closer, I am now here at work. Thank you so much for listening to Comedians Commute. You can visit me at paulgreencomedy.com or comedianscommute.com. Listen to 99.1 FM. You can also go online. They do a live stream online. So if you just Google 99.1 FM Arizona or whatever, you'll be able to pull up their radio station. So that's tomorrow, April 15th. Oh, tax day. Lucky us. April 15th, 8 a.m. And check it out. This is Paul Green, Comedians Commute. Have a good day.